So in this video, I'm going to share 5 ways that you can teach and promote body neutrality in your classroom. Hi, Janelle here, founder of Project School Wellness and your go-to partner for all things related to health education. Now, we are continuing a series on body image, and in our previous videos, we looked at what is body image, what does it mean to have a relationship with our bodies. We looked at the body image continuum, and we looked at the difference between body neutrality and body positivity and explored why body neutrality is so vitally important to our work as health educators. Now, in this video, we're going to continue talking about body neutrality and look at 5 different practices you can put into your teaching so that you can help your students nurture body neutrality in their own lives. Let's do a quick recap on the difference between body neutrality and body positivity. Basically, body positivity says, hey, your worth comes from how you look, and because everyone is beautiful, you are worthy and you are valuable. So what it does, it says, hey, your worth comes from your external self, and because everyone is beautiful and we've changed the cultural standards, you are worthy. So body positivity is all about centering your external self, your body, and the way you look over your internal self and who you are at your core. While body neutrality is something radically different. Body neutrality says, hey, your body is good. Full stop. And just like your body is good, you are simply good. There's no qualifiers. It doesn't matter what you look like or your physical feats. Your body is simply good. And it's all about centering you as a person, your internal self over your body and your external self. So if as health teachers, we want to be very intentional about helping students nurture an enriching relationship with their bodies, and integrating body neutrality into our classroom is the game changer. It's the thing that our students need to be able to have these enriching relationships with their body and to live at that at peace end of the body image continuum. So let's dive in and look at 5 strategies on how to teach body neutrality and how to move beyond body positivity and body negativity in our classroom. So strategy number 1 is mindful feedback and the language that we use to provide feedback. So the way we give feedback to students can either reinforce or challenge ideas that they have about their bodies and how their body defines their worth or doesn't define their worth. So there are 3 classifications of feedback. 1 is body positive feedback, 2, body negative feedback, and then the third one is body neutral feedback. So let's look at examples of each of these and look at what's the harm in each of these or what's the benefit. So body positive feedback is something like, oh, you're so fast. And what it does is it centers the body through a positive lens. And the problem with this is that it makes the body the focus of their value. So it's saying like, oh, you are good because you're fast. Next up, we have body negative feedback. So an example of this is, that's as fast as you could run. I thought you were a varsity athlete. So what it does is it centers the body through a negative lens. And the problem with this is that it can create a lot of shame and tie someone's worth to what their body can or cannot do. Then that last one is the body neutral feedback. So this is something like, hey, you had amazing grit out there. I saw you were struggling with that trick and you just kept trying it and you didn't give up. And the inverse could also be a good example of, hey, I saw you were trying that new trick and it looked like you just gave up. How can I help you, build some grit for next time? So what body neutral feedback does is it centers the person and not the body. Why this works is that it shows students that their value comes from who they are, not from what their body can or cannot do. So strategy number 2 is all about the standards that we set in our classroom and for our learning. And the thing that's most deeply connected to this is really making sure that the standards that I am using to teach health and PE are based on authentic health metrics and not cultural beauty standards. Because they're 2 very different things, but we often conflate these 2, and instead of setting a authentic health standard, we set a cultural beauty standard. And one of the biggest ways we do this is when we have conversations about weight. Weight is just this arbitrary number that holds all of this emotion and morality and value to it. And when we continue to use it as a health standard in our classes, then we risk students building a very toxic relationship with their bodies because everyone's body is different and your body can function well at so many different weights. And it's really kind of wild to think that you need to be this very specific weight and height for your body to be within the range of healthy. So it's definitely shifting our educational standards into this holistic mindset of body neutrality is incredibly empowering to our students and very critical to this process of helping them nurture an enriching relationship with their body. All right, strategy number 3 is all about the content and the knowledge that we share. So similar to the standards that we set, we want to be very mindful that the content and the knowledge that we're sharing is actually based in valid health standards and not societal expectations and cultural beauty standards. So things we can ask ourselves when we consider what content to teach, we can ask ourselves like, hey, is this really truly accurate? Is it truly a health metric, or is it a cultural beauty standard and societal expectation? Is it necessary to teach? Does it require more context? Is it culturally responsive? Because different cultures have very different perceptions of, what a nutritious meal is going to look like, or different activities, or what different bodies look like. And we need to be very mindful of those things because all of our students are coming from different perspectives and we want them to embody this body neutral mindset. And the 4th strategy is all about representation. And this is simply that our students need to see their body in our instruction. And they need to know that all bodies are worthy and they are valuable and they, deserve to be seen and appreciated and respected. So when we're teaching, we want to be very mindful of representing all of our students. And because if we don't show some bodies, like it's easy for students to interpret, oh, this is a good body, this is a bad body. Or if we use certain bodies as a way to show that something is bad or wrong, that can be very detrimental to the relationship that a student has with their bodies. So when you bring examples into class, when we ask different students to share examples and we are elevating different voices, we want to make sure that we're showing diverse body sizes and body types, different abilities and skill levels, different genders and gender expressions and race and ethnicities, all of these different things. We want to make sure students are seeing themselves in the examples that we are sharing with them. Strategy number 5 is really not about our students, it's about us. And that I think one of the things that makes teaching body image so challenging is that to do it really, really well, we have to really reflect on our own relationship with our bodies and what our body image looks like and what's going on with the relationship that we have with our bodies. The relationship that we have with our body is very tangible, and the more time we take to reflect on our relationship and to really work to nurture an enriching relationship with our body, our students are going to see that, and it's going to really impact then how they learn to care for the relationship that they have with their body. All right, so those are 5 strategies. And if you want to dive deeper into this and into this concept of how do you teach body neutrality, check out my Pay What You Want Embracing Body Neutrality workshop, and I will link to it in the description. And yeah, you can check it out, and it's just dives more deeply into this. And if you are looking for a body neutral body image curriculum, check out Project School Wellness's Body Image Curriculum. It is grounded in body neutrality and was very intentionally developed to help students develop body neutrality in their life. I just want to say, I know from personal experience what a journey it is moving towards body neutrality. And sometimes it feels like, it's 2 steps forward, 15 steps back. And it is this ever evolving process, but it is truly, I think, one of the absolute most liberating and empowering mindsets that we can pass on to our students. Because when we teach body neutrality, we're giving students this like gift of living at peace with their bodies. Because if we look at the body image continuum, that's what we want. We want them to be at peace with their body. Again, it's not about how their body looks or how they feel about their body, or how they feel about how their body looks. It's all about, are we helping them live at peace with their body? And are we helping them just have this deep-seated appreciation? It's not about if they appreciate how their body looks, but just appreciate their body for the instrument that it is, and they're not obsessed with it being this ornament that it's supposed to look a certain way or work in a certain way. And I can't think of anything more liberating than helping our students understand that their worth exists independent from their body. And so I know this is really hard work, and I I thank you on behalf of your students for taking time to really work to integrate body neutrality into your instruction, because it is truly life-changing and life-saving work.